Hey, everybody, and welcome back to a special postseason edition of the Preacher and the Prodigy podcast. We pick college football games. We have two bowl season podcasts that'll be coming at you here over the course of the next couple of days. And really, one of the headlines of bowl season is not playing bowls. A lot of times, ESPN and other organizations will go and make their bowl season picks, their confidence picks. You have a certain number of points you can weight to how strongly you feel that a team's going to win a particular bowl game. Right now, the confidence picks are simply how confident are you that this game will actually happen. We waited just long enough this afternoon to discover that the Holiday Bowl between UCLA and North Carolina State has been canceled, and we were just talking about what that would be like to be a North Carolina State fan. You fly cross country from Raleigh to San Diego. You pay, I don't know, $400, $500 a night for a San Diego area hotel, all kinds of money for plane fare. You're out tailgating, and then 4 hours before kickoff, the hometown Bruins say they don't have enough players on the defensive line and the game's off. Not really particularly fun, would it be?
No, that'd be terrible. Come all the way across the country to spend almost $700 just to all lose it.
Yeah. So we've got Omicron, we've got, who knows, Delta, we've got cancellations everywhere. But what we're going to do is we're going to, in this first video, we're going to pick our non-New Year's Six bowls. I don't know if you have a name for these bowls. The Fantastic Four, the Funny Four, whatever. But we have 4 games we want to pick for you in this particular episode, and then we're going to come back and talk you through our predictions for the New Year's Six, and of course that includes 2 playoff games that are scheduled to be played on Friday afternoon and evening, New Year's Eve. So let's start here with the games remaining prior to the New Year's Six. Let's begin with, for me, one of the most interesting games of all of bowl season. It's number 19 Clemson taking on Iowa State in the Cheez-It Bowl. Now, this number you have at Clemson minus 2.5. I'd seen Iowa State almost a 5.5 point favorite, I think, at one point. What do you think is behind that move? That's a titanic move.
I think the.
And this 2.5 seems right to me.
I don't. Yeah, I do. I think it does too, but I don't think anybody I don't think Breece Hall. I think Breece Hall actually might have opted out.
I think he did as well.
Kept tabs on that. Maybe Brock Purdy has 2, maybe not. But Breece Hall has been the X factor for the team, and I think he's out. So I bet that's why this line shifted about 6.5, 7 points.
All right, you want to go first in this one? You want me to go first?
I'll go first. I think that this one is going to be Clemson. I think that Clemson has started to figure things out. Has gone, I think, 5 straight games winning all of them. Mm-hmm. Pounded Wake Forest, beat their rivals by 30. I think that they're starting to come back, not quite to the Clemson of old, Clemson in the last few years, but I think they're starting to come back to a top 10 team. And I think Dabo Swinney is going to try and change the culture. So I'm going to take Clemson.
Well, you're looking in this game at 2 teams both ranked in the preseason top 10. High expectations for conference championships for both of these squads. Neither team really came particularly close. So at this time of year, start looking at motivation. Who wants to be there? I have no doubt that Clemson is the more talented team, and I think Clemson will have a better year next year. I think Breece Hall opting out is a big deal in this. But I'm going to take the Cyclones. I think that they want to play here a lot more. I think for Iowa State, playing in a bowl like the Cheez-It Bowl is a bigger deal than Clemson playing in the Cheez-It Bowl. I think they'll want it more. So I'm going to take the Cyclones in a bit of a surprise. I'm not real happy with that pick, but I'm going to take Iowa State just simply out of motivation.
Yeah, I don't think Iowa State's going to be able to get anywhere on offense without Breece Hall. I think that Brock Purdy is not shown to be the person that we once thought he was, and I don't think that the other stars on their offense are good enough to go. I don't think DJ
Ungalalele has turned out to be the person we thought he was either, but we shall see. Game 2. Penn State against Arkansas. This is a New Year's Day game down in Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, the Outback Bowl. It is Arkansas giving 2 away to Penn State. I'll go first on this one. I've liked Arkansas all year. I tend to think in games like this, sometimes the Big Ten team comes in a little bit more motivated, but I don't like the way that Penn State ended the season. I'm going to take Arkansas and lay the points. I like Arkansas to win this game by about 10.
Yeah, I think
27-17, something like that.
I think this is a coin flip. Just disagree. I think I'll go Penn State. I think Penn State is the more well-rounded team. I think Arkansas is too run heavy. And I think that Penn State, I think that Sean Clifford is going to have a pretty good game. Not an insane game, but a pretty good game. And I think that James Franklin's going to find a way to get things done. So I'm going to take Penn State.
Game 3 is the Iowa Hawkeyes against the Kentucky Wildcats. This is the Florida Citrus Bowl being played, of course, in Orlando. Camping World Stadium. The line on this is Kentucky -3. Last we saw of Iowa, they couldn't get a first down, much less a touchdown. Is that because Michigan's that good?
I think Michigan's
Iowa
that good.
Struggling? What do you take on this one?
I think that I'm gonna take Iowa mostly because Kentucky's another one of those SEC teams that really likes to run the ball, and I think Iowa's run defense it didn't look very good against Michigan, but the rest of the year they look solid, and I think when Kentucky's gonna pass the ball, they're gonna have problems. And I think that could create some turnovers, some drives starting inside the Kentucky 40, and I think Iowa is going to get a couple field goals, maybe a touchdown or two, and I'm going to take Iowa to cover this one, probably like a 19-17 kind of a game.
I'm going Kentucky. I don't love that pick either, but I just think that Iowa is easy to figure out, and Iowa's still, I think even in their ranking, they're still living off of early in the season rank inflation due to turnovers. I don't think they're the 5th best team in the country. I think Kentucky has more ways that they can.
The 15th.
That's what I said.
You said 5th.
15th ranked team in the country. I think that Kentucky is got more ways to beat you, and I think that this is a kind of game where Kentucky fans will travel well, down from Kentucky to Florida. So. Give me the Cats. I'll lay the points, and I'm going SEC again.
All right, next up, we have the Alamo Bowl, probably the best bowl besides any of the New Year's. 6 bowls. It's
called the My Coach Is Gone Bowl. My coach got hired away bowl.
It's Oregon versus Oklahoma. Obviously, Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley gone west to USC, and Mario Cristobal going the other direction down to Miami. To try and turn around the tide there, so to speak. Oklahoma's coming in this one as a 6.5 point favorite.
Yeah, I'll take the Sooners. I think that the proximity of Texas to Oklahoma, the Alamo Bowl there, to just up the road to Oklahoma City is going to mean that the place has far more Sooner fans. Neither fan base probably is super excited about how this offseason turned out. Both teams were ranked at one point in the top 5 and fell off late in the year. I like Caleb Williams better than I like Brown, and I'm going to take Oklahoma to win. So I'm going to give away, it feels like a lot to me, given Oregon's defense does have some players. But I'm going to take the Sooners. Are we going to disagree on all 4 of these?
No, I'm going to agree with this this one for you. I think that Oregon, I also think that Oregon shouldn't be the number 14 team in the country. They've gotten beaten by Utah, who's only ranked 11th, should be probably higher. But they've got beaten by them 38-3 and 38-10.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the Pac-12 championship game. Oregon has just not really looked good at the end of the year. They barely beat Oregon State. They lost to Stanford earlier, and their win against Ohio State, I don't know how that happened, but Ohio State just couldn't hold down Z.J. Verdell. I'm gonna take Oklahoma in this one. I think that they're still almost top 10 team, but losing Lincoln Riley and having Bob Stoops is their interim head coach. Is that right?
Yeah, but now, yeah. So, but will Brent Venables be involved at all in this as well? Who knows?
I don't. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna take Oklahoma on this one.
All right. So that does it for our
Part 1 out of our Part 2 bowl season.
flopping for, I don't know what we want to call these bowl games, but we'll be back with the New Year's Six in a forthcoming episode. Until then, I'm the Preacher.
I'm Prodigy.